Hello and welcome to Mayday Media. We're pointing out a few articles online. Got a couple here. 2025 could be the year for the robot lawnmower, and we got some cool little stories about them. And I think you're going to see more and more of this. Some of the stuff these things can do. I did a story, I think, on one called Yarbo. It's in here too. It's one to look at. Donut EV motors blow away traditional electric motors. And these look like they might start to be the next thing. Here's their Newton meter pushes, but here's one I did a story on. Yeah, the Unitrack or Ruga. I don't remember it having that hollow back wheel though. That's one thing I don't. This might be the electric version. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, it looks like that might be what it is. Maybe I did the gas version. I can't remember. But I'm going to hit that, and we're going to take a look at some Bitcoin here. I had said it's probably going to come back down. I think it's still going to come back down quite a bit more. I'll get into that why. Let's hit this first article here that we've got on, we've got here. Okay, here we are. Okay, yeah, manufacturers are hoping that the convenience and regained leisure time of the machines offer will be enough to rope in American homeowners. Skeptics scoffed in 2002 when Roomba introduced the robot vacuum to homeowners. That didn't last very long, as little round devices quickly became a fixture in millions of households. When those first came out, there was all kinds of issues about them modeling your house and sending that information back to the companies. And over time, people just don't give a crap anymore. Yeah, my sister and brother-in-law had one, and they're the only ones I know that ever had one. Robot lawnmowers aren't exactly new at CES, but they're growing in number. Yeah, take a look at this. What they're expected. Market value at 4.48 billion in 2021, an annual growth rate of 23.4% through 2030. Robot lawnmower sales, meanwhile, are expected to reach 10.62 billion by 2032, with a projected growth rate of 12% per year, according to the Grandview Research. At CES, Segway is leading the charge, and here's this fast forward here. Segway is leading the charge, and here's their stock prices at the moment: 50.86. That's 9 bot limited, and I'd kind of like to see it pump down a bit more. So this is what I'm probably going to keep an eye on, because I think they're going to probably do pretty good. Here we go. The NaviNow X3 is also interactive with smart home devices such as Amazon's Alexa and Google Home, meaning you can order your lawn bot to get to work as you fetch another beer from the fridge. It hits stores this spring. Pricing of the device hasn't been announced, but currently already the sales run up from anywhere from $999 and up. So I guess this is Limo. Yarbo is showcasing its all-in-one yard solution. Yeah, I did a story on this one. You're looking at about $7,000 to get this and all the attachments, but this one looks like it has some feasibility. It also does security. Big heavy sucker like that. It's one of those investments, but it's got a lot of potential. I think that's the one to keep an eye on. But Segway does make some. They're already big in the markets for scooters and all kinds of things. Segway wheelchairs, I think, stuff like that. Older models tend to meander around the yard in random patterns, but many of the new models on display at CES will mow in a consistent pattern, say manufacturers, giving the yard a neater appearance. The blades on this device, which usually are small and spin in rapid successions, are tucked under the carriage, ensuring that if you happen to walk into the mower, at risk of injury is low. Grass is cut daily or as frequently as you prefer, so there's never any need to worry about bagging it or raking. This is fully automatic and intelligent platform. But that's the one to keep an eye on, that Yarbo. That's a bad boy. But these are affordable, and so that's That's one thing. If you can get these for a couple grand and they do the thing properly, and all they do is just mow, and that would be worth it, really. Whereas this sucker here does everything. It surveils, snow blows, it's got a snow plow, it salt spreads, it can spread seed, it can follow you around. I did a story on it. Go check that story out if you can. It's pretty cool. Okay. Donut EV motors blow away traditional electric motors. As promised, newly minted electric powertrain startup Donut Lab has premiered its first batch of all-electric motors you can see straight through. The company has descended on the annual CES show with not one or two motors, but a family of five, ranging from a tiny drone drive to a high-performance hypercar cornerstone. The company crowns the world's power and torque density king. Each motor promises to cut mass, boost torque, and improve overall performance. Let's get down. The truth actually exists at the opposite end of the spectrum for less power and torque. At CES 2025, Donut Labs has provided the first look at its initial motor family, complete with specs, and things are looking good. So that's the big wheel. So you got 4,300 Newton meters. Now this drone at 20 Newton meters, that's under e-bikes. E-bikes are still going to be under this here, like 90 Newton meters for like a 750 watt. But so that's a lot of torque. That's at 15 kilowatts, 3 kilowatts at 20 Newton meters. Let's zero in on the flagship, the 630 kilowatt, 845 horsepower automotive motor first. The 600 kilowatt power figure is pulled from a motor weighing a mere 40 kilograms or 88 pounds. The power to weight ratio of 15 to 75 or 9.6 horsepower per pound. That is pretty impressive. One of the last times we had a chance to look into the world's most power density electric motor, the 220 kilowatt ampere. Where are we at here? The other motors in Donut Labs preview launch family don't quite blow up the power density chart like the automotive unit, with figures ranging 2 and 7.1 kilograms. Still plenty solid, not just segment topping. The flagship power to weight caught our attention first, but Donut Labs is even more excited about the torque density, classifying it as out on an island far beyond the competition. The 630 kilowatt automotive motor leads to the pack again with 4,300 Newton meters. Yeah, that is impressive. I mean, that's bad boy. So they put a lot into that sucker. And it looks like they got these other ones are going to be at 20 Newton meters. Yeah, that's not powerful enough for much. And then it jumps to the 300 Newton meter for a scooter. Yeah, basically. Motorcycle, 1,200 Newton meters. Yeah, so that's looking like some future tech there. And that might be something to jump into, because if they're pushing that, that stock might go up quite a bit, but we will see. What am I doing here? All right, now with the Bitcoin, see Shiba's up. Well, coming up a little bit. It's still way down. Basic attention. Everything's down on the altcoins. Bitcoin's still probably going to pump down, guys. I mean, I'm looking anywhere from 85 down to 60,000. I think is where it'll finish up at, and it'll take a while to get there. It'll be fast, but it'll still take a while. But around 75, I'm going to be looking to start buying back in, because I think she's going to ride back up to 135, 140, and then it'll be over. That'll probably be closer to the middle of the year, maybe the end. So we got some time. You can make some trades here, like right there. You could have made quite a nice little trade if you jumped in on it. See where it caught the test, bounced up. This is on the 5-day, the 5-minute. Again, I wouldn't buy in here, period. I just don't see it I wouldn't buy in big unless you're playing the game and know how to make a little money. Um, that's about it. Anyway, like, subscribe, toodaloo.